Coming at you live from DNHQ in beautiful South Pasadena, California. This is Blue Heaven Podcast. Or should I say it's a sad cast because, whew, man, things are looking tough for you boys in blue. What's going on, Dodgers Nation? My name is Clint. You can find me on the Twitter, or the X as they call it, and on the Instagram. Even then, I just post myself at bars on Instagram. I am at RealFRG on those. This is at Noah Cameras on the Twitter or the X, whatever you want to call it. Twitter forever in our hearts.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, we have a show that is dedicated to where it's not a post-mortem yet, but it feels like it's coming
getting
soon.
Real close.
So that's the question. It's Jover. It's kind of like it's a statement more than a question, but we're doing thoughts, we're doing reactions. This is a therapy session. This is a vent session. This is also, we're going to try to shift eventually into seeing if there's any sort of positivity we can find for being down 0-2.
Very little positivity
in this series. So we'll talk about that. We're gonna talk about what happened.
Dodgers.
The Dave Roberts fans are back out in full force
for no reason,
blaming Doc. So we're gonna talk about Dave and how. Spoiler alert.
Why are people asking?
It's not
why
Dave and the keys to a comeback. Like I said, so. Before we get into the show, we got to remind you, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. Hopefully you're watching it there. Hit the thumbs up on everything we ever do. Every morning we got Doug going live. Doug's not here. Doug literally passed out in the office earlier.
He literally fell asleep on the couch.
So
it was insane. He fell asleep.
Hit thumbs up for Doug. Doug McKeeman working hard, DMAC_LA, and hopefully he gets to keep working hard because the Dodgers stay alive. But hit that notification button, too, to be notified every time we do go live. And again, we want your comments in the chat. Noah and I will be reading them. But
I love
Noah, tell me a little bit before we really dive into it. Just like give us the baseline of where we're at. Or do you want to tell people about Mojo first?
Hey, whichever one you want me to do, I'm going to do.
I think you guys need to know about Mojo first.
Let's start with Mojo.
Guys,
so here's the thing. The Dodgers might have only one more game. They might have a lot more games, but no matter what the Dodgers do, you can still make money this postseason with the Mojo Fantasy app. So as you know, we have a contest giveaway going on the Dodgers Nation Twitter, so you can join it there. And all you have to do to enter is download the Mojo Fantasy app with the link that we have provided. That is all you need to do to get in it. And Mojo is a super fun app that kind of turns sports betting into stocks and kind of mushes them together. You can play live during games. They have tons of contests running all postseason long. And then, of course, they do other sports, too. It's not just baseball, but, of course, this is a baseball show. But they have tons of contests, doing tons of fun giveaways. And, again, we are doing a giveaway with Mojo. We are giving away money, and all you need to do to enter is download that Mojo Fantasy app with the link with our code in it. You can find that on the Twitter. So that's all you have to do. It's really fun. It's a really fun way to play. Highly recommend you get into it and get into this giveaway. It's that simple. It's really that simple. It's free money almost.
Free money, which you don't have to pay a dime for or something like that. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't really know how free money works, but
guys, it is in the link in the description of the video. So go check that out. Promo code DN2023, and if you click it, maybe they'll keep liking us, and we can keep bringing you more and more content here on our YouTube channel because we're working for you guys.
Yeah, it's your show. We're just hosting. Really quickly before I'm going to get into some of these comments here. We got Noah Ortega said, "I need the therapy." Thanks, guys. Obviously that. Anthony Keene said, "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
Darkness, my old
B.
friend.
Guzman said, "Where's the fighting spirit?" RH3 said, "Dave Roberts is going to be the odd man out." We will talk about that. We got a Fire Roberts here from David Morales on Facebook. King Yellowman with my favorite comment of the day so far. "We need Clint to suit up and pitch Game 3.
I got this. I got a really bad shoulder though. I'm not gonna lie. The shoulder's bum.
It's not going to be any worse than what the starting pitchers have done so far.
Like I don't got much left in the tank anymore, guys.
You and Kershaw,
yeah, me and Kershaw. I think we both got some sort of like either bursitis or I don't know, something's just broken. We old. That's the point of it.
That's what happens.
Nando 390, a very popular one we're already seeing online again about Mookie and bowling.
Yeah.
It's bowling season for Mookie for some folks.
He's trying to hit that 300, huh?
It's trying to get that 300, but he's definitely not hitting 300 so far this offseason. Noah, we've watched 2 games of baseball. It's been not good for Dodgers Nation, for Dodgers fans. It's painful. Game 2, much better. The problem again remains, the bats are non-existent for this team. Before I got things I got to say, I want to say about this. Go off, King. What are you seeing from this friggin' team? What happened?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a hot take for me to say this. The bats have gone silent for the second straight postseason. I mean, that's a cold take. Thank you for the cricket. The bats have gone silent for the second straight postseason. Now, I will say this. Yeah, the starting pitching has been an issue, and it's not even as much as the runs. It's just the fact that the Dodgers have been playing from behind both games. I mean, that's kind of demoralizing. You're at home. You know, you have all this hype for a postseason, and game one, you're already down 6-0. That's a huge hole. Now, game two was only 3. But still, it's like playing from behind is not an easy thing to do. But at the end of the day, it's the same exact problems we spoke about last postseason. Runners in scoring position, they're not coming through. Runners on base, they're not coming through. They're leaving men on base. And at the end of the day, you're not going to win games when you don't bring runners home or in scoring position. And the Dodgers are not. I mean, if you don't outscore your opponent, you're not going to win.
You're saying that if you want the dub, you want the dub, score any points.
If you want the dub, you don't even have to slug. I mean, no offense, DMAC, but the Dodgers slugged. They had a home run and they still lost the game 2. So it's just as simple as the small ball. You look at what the Diamondbacks are doing. They're bunting runners over. They're stealing bases. They're hitting sacrifice flies. The Dodgers have done none of that. They have a solo home run by J.D. Martinez. Yeah, they finally load the bases in the 6th inning, and Kike Hernandez gets an infield single. And then James Outman comes up. He strikes out. Colton Wong, season on the line, comes up. He grounds out. And 5 innings, 5, 6, 7, and 8, they stranded runners. You're not going to win a postseason game.
Yeah, I think the Colton Wong thing, I think, is going to really bother people if they don't find a way to make it out of this first round. I personally thought Colton Wong was fine in that situation, and he was not. He was. I mean, credit where credit's due. Diamondbacks are playing really freaking good baseball, as their team has said. They're playing kind of with nothing to lose.
And they're proving that.
And a loose team is better than a very stiff team like we're seeing with the Dodgers. Christian Walker has robbed the Dodgers of a number of hits at first base. They're doing everything right. Not to say so much that the Dodgers are doing a lot of things wrong. They're getting beat. This is a situation where they're getting beat. But you're also looking at a team. Game one. Yeah, when you're down by 6,
it's like you may as well toss it out the window.
I'm sorry, I love James Outman, and I understand the situation of that play. It was the ball. Dude hit the shit out of that ball.
Yeah,
and thank you. And it's in your glove. You gotta make that play. You gotta make that play. He said afterwards, he was nervous. He felt the nerves of that situation. But to me, I'm seeing almost right away. Maybe it did stem from. Yeah, first play it's not an error, but it's a misplay.
I mean, it may as well have been an error.
Your ace, 6 runs, 1 out.
Yeah, I mean, that is demoralizing immediately. And then game 2,
and then getting into it, and then Mookie coming up and trying to immediately. I think the wall's closed in on.
I'm just gonna pop out to right field every time.
So to me, it's a team that looks spooked. They look scared. It's like they saw their own ghost in the form of a Jake Cronenworth double that killed them last year. And I think the wall's just closed in. It's a team that's not playing loose. They're not playing. It's not even that they're not playing clean baseball. They're not playing loose. They're trying to push the ball forward instead of hitting and playing baseball. That's my thoughts on it.
And what's so frustrating is all year long, we've been saying this team is built for October because of their situational baseball. The veterans, Jason Hayward, David Peralta, they're putting the ball in play. They're making things happen. J.D. Martinez is making things happen. Freddie Freeman's a hit machine. Mookie Betts again on base better than ever. It's like, okay, perfect. This team is built to not make the same mistakes last year. And then they get to the postseason. It's like the meme that's like, the lights were too bright. I mean, literally, the lights were too bright at Dodger Stadium. And everything the Dodgers did all season long, 38 comeback wins, out the door. This team has no fight. They have no dog. I know you got a joke about that, but I mean,
I was actually, by like the 7th inning, I left my house after game 2, and I went to all the local animal shelters because I was trying to find Bobby Miller's dog because clearly he lost that dog. He lost. Was that a meme?
Yeah, that was.
Who's this? Do.
No.
Pew pew pew. Way to kill the take, man. That was a good take.
Just cut that out. Just start. What's going on,
Dodgers Nation? But the wall's closed in on Bobby too. He was overthrown. Yeah. He's yanking the ball. any left-handed batters would have gotten drilled in the hip with a few of those 98
I mean, you look at it, the youth movement was there. Game 1, first play, a rookie makes the mistake.
Yeah.
Game 2, a misplay, whatever it was. I mean, it wasn't, he should have caught that ball. And then game 2, a rookie's on the mound, leadoff walk, bunt single, and it spirals after that. So, the youth movement has been huge all year long, but you saw in both game 1 and game 2, it just hasn't worked out that way.
Let's get into some of the comments here because King. Okay, first I want to address this one. King Yellowman. Yeah, King. I noticed it last week and I didn't think about it. Our wires got crossed. 1 and 2 got crossed. So when I'm looking at Noah, I'm looking this way.
I apologize
on the screen.
for that.
It is what it is. Listen, you guys, this is free. This is literally a free show. Unless you guys download that Mojo app. So we'll fix that for the next one of these. There was another one I had that I wanted to really address it. Oh, Metabolic Holic says Miller brought the Chihuahua instead of a pit bull.
There you go. So
I don't want to get that down though on Bobby.
I know, here's the thing.
He's in a very tough situation.
I mean, which is
Kershaw.
I know.
Crumbled in the first goddamn game again. Not again, but it's
the postseason demons were not extra. And
is it postseason demons or is it just the Diamondbacks are there? It's the same situation back-to-back years where there's a team that's hungrier, that's playing looser, and we entered this postseason. This is a team we liked. This is a team I very much liked. I liked the changes that they did during the season. It was a fun team. It was a loose team. Honestly, I think these fools need to be taking that tequila shot before the games instead of after a series win.
They're not going to have another series
because
win.
they need to loosen up before game time.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is as simple as they're not loose. They're not playing free, again, like they did all year long. All year long, it was this team is never out of a game. You know, they always have the clutch hit. Situational hitting is there, and you had the confidence. And then they get to the postseason, and they completely fell apart. And that, in my opinion, is what makes this one even more frustrating than last year. Because last year there was not as much confidence in the team itself. Obviously, they won 101 games, but you didn't have that fight in that team. This year, everyone felt it. It was like this team is built for October baseball. They are built to win. And then an 84-win Diamondbacks team has come and taken both games in Los Angeles. And game 1 fell out in the first inning. But game 2, it was there.
That was a ball game.
They were within 2 runs. In the 4 innings straight, they had a chance to take the lead.
If it was flipped, you'd feel a lot better about the series. But obviously, you're down 2-0. That's one thing to feel real bad about. But the way they were beaten game 1 just makes you feel really bad.
Yeah.
Zeppelin 5 numbers here says, I'll take Hanser Alberta with an eye patch over Kershaw. Spicy take right there.
That is a hot take.
Ken M says, if Mookie no shows again, the Dodgers are done. Mr. August Betts. It has been, somebody got to put my dude Mookie on a milk carton because he's missing.
That's a D-Mac joke right
He's
there.
missing right now. Oh, I got to fill in.
I'm
on D-Mac's side of the screen apparently now. So, let me tell you right now, guys. But find some comments. Let's go. Alonzo says, same soup, same-ish, different
Got
year.
One from Anthony Keene here, which is honestly a good point, too. Is it better for them to just take the loss now or just delay it till the next round? Yeah. I mean, they're playing the Phillies or the Braves. The way that they're going right now, the way that their starting pitchers have given them 2 combined innings in games 1 and 2, I don't want to see this team play the Phillies or the Braves. I mean, that would just be pretty ugly. We got a few more here. Andres loves baseball. Positive said, comeback time. Lance Lynn will rise. Maybe he'll surprise some people with we'll talk a little bit more about Lance Lynn later, a veteran-like performance. Joaquin Juan said, LMAO watched Lance Lynn throw a shutout. Not going to be in there for 9 innings, but if he throws 3 shutout innings, I mean, we'll get there. That would be good.
Let's start with a scoreless first inning.
Which is also something I want to talk about, which we'll get to about the first inning.
Hepatitis C later says, D-Mac and Danny Duffy come out of nowhere to save the day. Jimmy Nelson closes it out.
Talk about a dream scenario.
Put your money on that. If that's a prop bet, put it on. You're going to lose.
I'm Mojo Fantasy.
Again, Doug, he's old. He passed
also,
out.
we got Joe Kinwan said our 7-9 doesn't work. I mean, Miguel Rojas had the 1 hit, but it's been nothing from James Outman. It's been nothing from Jason Hayward or David Peralta. David Peralta had the double in the 2nd inning in game 1 and then danced when we were down 9-0. That's about all we've seen from him. There is some praise for Dave Roberts. People do like what he did. Which again we'll talk about in a little bit.
I like this one. Lasting change 2022 says I have Dodger postseason PTSD.
Yep, every year.
And I think a lot of fans looking at comments, looking at the Twitter, looking at social media. fans pretty quickly are like, oh no, not again.
I mean, that's like
Dodger fans, you have a sect, you have a group of Dodger fans that are always going to be, the walls or the hell's freezing over, or walls are closing in, this is the end of the times or whatever. Usually you see a large group of folks that are positive. They're going to always maintain positivity. They're always going to say this team could find a way to come back. But, we ran a poll on our Dodger Nation Twitter. It's actually, as of right now, still a few hours left. Almost 7,000 people, which if you've seen any of these Twitter polls, unless you're Mr. Beast or, Elon Musk or whatever, it's hard to get people to respond to dumb polls sometimes. But almost 7,000 people as of right now, the time we're live, do you think the Dodgers can come back and win this NLDS against the Diamondbacks? No shot. It's over. 62.6%, which
it's hard to blame
overwhelming majority when you see the other number is 37.4.
Yeah.
The positivity is not there, and that's stemming from we're not talking about just 2022, 21. Yeah. Also a pretty bad postseason. 2019.
I mean,
I said it on Twitter. Hey, y'all got any more of those 60-game seasons? Like, my
literally.
God.
I mean, it's just first, like, I think at this point, like, I don't even know what is happening. Just for some reason, the postseason comes around, and the Dodgers offense, which this was the best offense in Los Angeles Dodgers history. They scored the most runs in Los Angeles Dodgers history. The postseason comes around and they forget how to play. They've scored 4 runs in 2 games. I mean,
take that tequila shot before. Use our Hernitos.
Like, what is happening? Like, genuinely, like,
drink responsibly.
I am running out of solutions because where are the problems stemming that when you put on the Dodger jersey, you forget how to hit in the postseason? The only person who's hit this postseason is J.D. Martinez. Yeah, Will Smith had the 2-run triple in a game that didn't matter. J.D. Martinez has the big home run. That's it. That is the only, like, big hit I can think of. Yeah, Kike's was big. It was an infield single. It's not like he, like, smoked the ball. Yeah. I mean, like, the only big hit has been a J.D. Martinez solo home run. And he's the only one that we were expecting. And it wasn't even a big hit because it was just a solo home run.
Like, his moment happened in the first.
Yeah, and he struck out on 3 pitches and arguably his worst at-bat of the year. Yeah. Like, that may be his worst at-bat of the year.
We're not going to take any time to talk about the postseason format. And that day, those days off, that's something for, there's a lot of time for postseason talk or postmortem of this.
A long playoffs to talk about that.
But for somebody like JD, who's very vocal about what that time means, or hitting what any sort of time away from hitting, you can't simulate game situations. And sure, he's a been there, done that kind of guy, but you're not, when you see him swinging through middle. That's not.
Yeah. All right. Let me ask you, because I've been searching for the answer. What do you think happens to the Dodgers in October? Do you have like a solution?
It's all.
Like, is it just they just?
Honestly, I think they got postseason anxiety, man.
Like, is that it? Like, you think they just?
Have you ever seen people like having an anxiety episode?
I'm a pretty anxious guy.
Yeah, I know that. Like, that's what it looks like. You've seen so many of these dudes that just kind of.
But like, these are proven veterans who have won World Series. Like, what is it about coming to the Dodgers? Is the 53,000 in Dodger Stadium is too much to handle?
So what I was saying is, like, maybe they do need to play on the road.
I feel the same way,
because opening at home. The funny thing is, I'm like when we're saying in the offseason, we're saying honestly entering spring training, what do we want? We were happy about them maybe being a wild card
an 89
team.
Win wild card.
Like,
team.
Go out there and win 87. What did Doug want? He wanted 84 wins or something like 87
The Diamondbacks
wins.
had 84 wins. I mean, they literally had 84 wins.
Be that team that doesn't have any of the expectations, but instead they roll out of bed and have another 100 wins.
But the problem is they
season.
didn't have expectations, and then they just happened to have 100 wins. Now all the pressure goes back on them. I mean, the pressure's on the Braves and
then they're playing at home. The way I like to equate it, like you have somebody in your life you don't want to disappoint. It's like I don't know, you're going driving with your grandpa, and your grandpa's in the passenger seat, and then one time you're driving with grandpa and you almost wrecked into a bus, or I don't know, you did something stupid, and now all of a sudden you're just like, I don't want to upset grandpa. I don't want to disappoint grandpa here. Like they're white knuckling it. The Dodgers are white knuckling.
Is grandpa code for something?
I don't know. They're all dead now.
Yeah.
Say you love your grandpas, kids.
That is. I mean, that could be it. I mean, it's and
I think that is just so much more amplified in front of Dodger fans.
What do you guys think in the comments? Why do you think that the Dodgers just are falling apart every October? We're going to read some of those comments. So why do you think it is? Although I do want to get into what you said about being on the road if you're okay with me jumping in there, I had a little take there.
I'll allow it.
Hey, thanks, man. So, yeah, obviously the Dodgers going on the road for game 3 and 4. And we were kind of talking about it in the office earlier. I think that's great news for them. Because, yeah, the one thing is there's not the pressure of the home crowd. There's not we're the home team. We have to live up to it. But to me, the stupidest thing that I think is actually going to play an impact is maybe they can get out to an early lead. The Dodgers obviously have not played with a lead once in this series. 6 and 3 first-inning runs is just demoralizing to the offense. Now, let's just say maybe Mookie Betts gets on. Freddie Freeman brings play. If the Dodgers can get a one-run lead even, for a pitcher to pitch with a lead, it's just so much different. And for the batters to be hitting with a lead, it's just so much different. There's less pressure. So I think it is almost crucial, imperative for the Dodgers to score in the first inning in game 3. Because if they can just take that lead, the Dodgers went 72-29 this year when they scored first in a game. That is a big win. That's about 70% of games that they won when they scored first.
Crazy.
So if you can just, I think they have to score in the first inning of game 3. Jump out, even if it's one run, just jump out to a lead and just see what it's like to play with a lead. The Dodgers have to play like the team that has nothing to lose, even though they have everything to lose, but they have to play like that team that has nothing to lose. And if they can get out to a lead in game 3, and again, on the road, they bat first. That's going to be the first time that's happened this year. So if they can get out to an early lead, I have full confidence in them winning the game and then having a whole new series ahead of them.
I'm just going to say, I kind of hope Dodger fans don't show up to Chase Field.
Yeah, literally.
Just we know it's Dodger Stadium East, all that kind of blah, 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 but leave the boys alone. Let them cook. We are going to eventually be positive in this show, but right now it's therapy. It's venting. So we are going to go to the comments, but first we got to talk about game time.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about our friends at Game Time. Dodger fans, I got to tell you, we hope the Dodgers be coming back to Dodger Stadium. But if not, if you are going to find your way to get on over to Chase Field for hopefully 2 more games and then back to Dodger Stadium this weekend, I have exciting news for you. If you've ever found, and I know Noah, you have had trouble with a lot of things just in general. If you find ticket buying to be a hassle, we're going to take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Simply download the Game Time app. There isn't a link here, but I think there's a link somewhere. Or you can just go to gametime.co or gametime.co if you're nasty. This is the sweet part, though. Use our promo code DN2023 for a cool $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply, but that's the deal. You don't want to miss it again. That is code DN2023, $20 off your first purchase. Game Time, you're not just getting tickets, you're gearing up for an unforgettable experience watching your Dodgers make magic on the field. You hope. Cross your fingers. This one got stuck a little bit. You get old, get arthritis. Anyways, again, you can also get yourself $20 extra in your pocket.
That's free money.
And if you're going to Chase, I think it's cheaper at Chase.
Yeah, that can buy you probably 2 beers. I don't know.
2 beers. You have a
Drink
good time.
responsibly.
So again, don't wait. Head to gametime.co, download the app, create your account, and remember to use our code DN2023 for your exclusive discount. And let's make some noise and try to support our boys in blue through one more win.
I mean, fingers
and then one more.
Fingers crossed. The Dodgers have to take it one win at a time. That's all it is. It's one win at a time. You win one game and you move on to the next one. So
one win better.
That's where we're at right now.
So let's get into some comments and then let's try to be positive about it. But we also do need to talk about Dave Roberts a little bit because we have to. This is
defend that man.
Doug loves it. I think he calls himself a doc defender.
He always has been.
In this case, he deserves. Once again, Dave deserves some defense in this because he's not the guy out there popping out as leadoff hitter and doing all. He's putting the lineup out there, the same lineup that went out and won 100 games. And him starting Kershaw in game 1. Bobby Miller wasn't better in game 2, and I understand the situation's a lot different, obviously. But let's get into some of the comments. V says Arizona is a good team. It's always been a mistake to underestimate them, and I could not agree more. This was one of the teams.
Gritty.
I don't even
scrappy.
Know. Fast, athletic,
yeah,
very, very good
and
baseball.
Just, like I say, play smart baseball. I mean, Torey Lovullo is an incredible manager. Not to brag. He was my mom's elementary school boyfriend. Just throwing that out there. I mean,
so you got some bragging rights. How's this work?
I don't know. But what
Do
time?
You win?
No, but I went to a Diamondbacks one time. I met him. He's a really nice guy. I will say he's a really nice
he's
guy.
one of the
but he's an
good guys in
incredible
baseball.
manager, and he manages a good ball club. Yeah, the talent's not there. And again, I'll say I was wrong. I did not see this series being anything near that. I thought the Dodgers were going to go. The talent was there, and they were going to just take care of business. They didn't because this Diamondbacks team they're scrappy. They play good baseball. They move the runner over. They steal bases. They hit sacrifice flies, and they're doing everything right to win a playoff series, while the Dodgers doing everything wrong. I mean, it's as simple as that. So yeah,
Corbin Carroll,
our bad for underestimating them.
You have the rookie. I mean, I did not underestimate them. I'll just say, go back to mine and Doug's preseason predictions. I mean, yeah, I was very wrong about the Padres, but then again, most people were, and the Padres were wrong about the Padres. They just basically didn't show up to work for the first 5 months of the season. But I was like, my thing was like, watch out for this Diamondbacks team. They're sneaky, they're gritty, they have some intriguing players. When they gave Corbin Carroll that extension, and they're like, this guy's going to be here on opening day, knowing that this was a mofo that runs like 900 miles an hour. Yeah, it's like that's scary, especially against the Dodgers, who have long struggled against the teams with the speed. Oh, also, what did I say for a few weeks leading up to it? At some point, somebody's just going to do that bunt to Max Muncy. We saw that in
Game 2, second batter, Ketel Marte. Yeah, for me, the moment I realized the Diamondbacks were not to be messed with this year is when they DFA'd Mad Bum in May. I mean, once they did that, it was like, okay, this team is serious. They're okay losing $25 million, whatever, $30 million off the books to win right now. That's when I was like, okay, this team has to be taken for real. Then they got really hot.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
Then they got really cold, and then they just kind of middled. But come October, the second they went to Corbin Burns in Game 1 and came back against him, I was like, okay, I mean, this team has something. This team has something.
By the way, the Dodgers, they have signed Mad Bum. You know, he's got that postseason dog.
He probably would not have given up 6 runs. Though. That's all.
Guy couldn't throw more than 78 miles an hour anymore, but still. But yeah, let's get some of the comments here.
My mom just texted me. Thanks for the shout out on the Torey Lovolo thing.
Way to go, Mrs. Noah's mom.
A few of the comments here. Rez said the issue is the offense every single year, but I think it starts with Mookie Betts. And then a hot take, I think it's time to trade him. I don't agree with that one, Rez, but that could be an offseason topic for sure. Zeppelin 2-7, a lot of numbers. Dodgers aren't hungry and have passive personalities, need the Mamba mentality, and then a little other stuff there. Yeah, I mean, the Dodgers have been pretty passive. Here's the thing. Last year, the big thing that we said is you look at the Padres dugout, they're celebrating every hit. They're so into the game. It's like, we don't want from the Dodgers this year. We need to see that.
Yeah.
And then they haven't got a hit. Come around, they haven't even got a hit to celebrate.
You got to get a hit to celebrate, which is one of the things they talked about, post-mortem last season.
Yeah.
Which is Freddie, Friedman, they're like, yeah, we would celebrate if we got a hit.
Yeah, which is why, again, I think they should get out to an early lead. I'm telling you, if they score first in Game 3, they're winning. I will go on record saying that. I'm very confident that if they get up to an early lead, they win Game 3.
Joe 3033 says time to panic, and then that's a meme for you. Carnivorous Lunar Activity says hello, Dodger Nation. Hello, Carnivorous Lunar Activity. Boomer Assassin says Dave is actually making good calls, in my opinion, and
I look forward to talking about
that's
Dave.
An on-point opinion from Boomer Assassin there. Nando390 says Dave Roberts probably gives out participation trophies for every failed October. I mean,
I saw someone back there say we need a Jay Hay speech. Yeah, I was talking about that after Game 1. I said Jay Hay's going to get the team together, give a speech, and they're going to come out hot in Game 2. I was wrong. Maybe Jay didn't give the speech. Maybe he lost his voice or something. So hopefully he gets that back for Game 3, which is now, of course, must win.
HB says one more game and the show will be over until next season. No, we're around.
Yeah, we ain't going anywhere.
Dodgers Nation, subscribe. We're around forever. Doug he's a monster. He's an animal.
Yeah, and DodgersNation.com always has all the stuff that you need to see. So.
Yeah, we're covering all this. I know. Check out tomorrow. There's going to be an editorial from this guy about Dave Roberts and all the reasons why he should not be fired. So that's gonna be out on DodgersNation.com.
So if you agree or disagree, make sure to look at that take.
Let's talk Dave, man. It's time to talk Dave.
I
because it's not Dave's fault.
No. Can I say something hot right now? Can I say a hot take?
Oh, loud.
I think that Game 2 was the best game he's managed in the postseason.
So good.
I mean,
going to Brewstar, leaving him in for as long as he did.
He goes to Brewstar in a spot where everyone thought Bobby Miller should have stayed in. Yeah, he was struggling, but it's the second inning. Let him go. He says, no, I'm going to Brewstar. Brewstar gets out of that. He goes all the way to the 4th inning. Even on the TBS broadcast, they interviewed Torey Lovolo. And Torey said, I got to praise Doc for that move. He totally stopped our momentum. Mm-hmm. That's exactly, he stopped the momentum. The only reason the Dodgers had that game close is because of Dave Roberts' bullpen decisions.
I don't know. I'm sure everybody here on this stream was terrified when you heard and annoyed when you hear Bob Costas talk in general because he's just so bad. But was terrified when you heard there's runners on base and The Dodgers are going to Alex Vesia to replace Brusdar, but thank God you saw Ryan Brazier coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah,
it's a
literally.
Vesia. I think I told the group as here comes the Vesia 2-run homer.
Yeah, and then Ryan Brazier comes in
Brazier
instead,
comes in,
gets the job
He
done.
did give up a homer.
Yeah, okay, but they're not going to be perfect.
I mean, 7 1/3.
7 1/3, one run, 9 strikeouts, and all they did is if a runner got on and the next guy came in, he stranded the runner. I mean, everyone did it. Evan Phillips did in the 8th, and Evan Phillips got into trouble in the 9th, got out of it. Dave Roberts trusted his guys, and all they did was just make him look good. He pulled every right lever. Yeah, you can question the Colton Wong decision. I agree with it. Yeah, I mean, it sucks that he got out. But if Miguel Rojas gets out, everyone says, why don't you put in Colton Wong?
Yeah, those are the moves he was doing all regular season.
He's stuck with what he was doing.
The reason they have this bench and these players
they
is
chose
to make
Colton Wong over Ahmed Rosario because they wanted Colton Wong's lefty bat in a spot against the righty. The moment came up, Dave Roberts trusted what the team wanted to do. It didn't work. They're not all going to work.
And that wasn't the third out either.
Yeah. Well, that
came. Oh, was it?
No, that one was. But James Outman should have. He's the one who needed to come through. James Outman needed to come through in the at-bat before.
It's coming down to
your
leaders.
Yeah, putting in Kike in before that was the right move. I mean, putting in Chris Taylor, it didn't come through, but like that's the right move because they worked all year. Yeah, like we were saying, it comes down to the leaders.
It comes down to really the top 5, but really the top 2. The guys who are supposed to be getting it done. Mookie Betts said it. You know, he didn't want to talk about him last night. But
they're combined he's 1 for 13.
Very much putting it on him and Freddie.
1 for 13 from your 2 best players MVP candidates. I mean,
tough.
Like you're not gonna win a game if your 2 best players on the offensive side are 1 for 13.
Will's been solid. Max is swinging out of his shoes or taking walks.
He's taking walks.
He's doing his job.
He's getting on for JD Martinez, who again he's been the only guy. I mean, he had the 1 first inning bad at bat, but like at least he's putting together good at bat. I think he got on 3 times yesterday.
Yeah, when you have your 1 and 2 doing nothing, that's a problem. That's not on Dave because these are the 1 and 2 literally for 162 games.
Yeah, what's he supposed to do?
Whatever.
Like move Mookie down the lineup? I mean, Mookie Betts had arguably the best statistical leadoff season in MLB history. Like you don't expect him to do nothing. And Freddie Freeman is a perennial 300+ hitter. He's a perennial, on base machine.
Just doesn't have a swing going.
He just doesn't have it going right now. Yeah, I mean, like that 7th inning double play. I mean, you're not expecting that. Like he's supposed to come through in that position, and he just did. And when he takes strike 3 with runners on, I mean. You never see Freddie Freeman get frozen at the plate. I mean, you never see him frozen. At the very least, he fouls that ball off in a normal.
I appreciate him saying this, like I'm looking at that 1-1 cutter, like I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
That's the one that he missed,
and that's the one. And you're seeing a lot of those, and you're seeing that now. The problem is it's back-to-back postseasons, back-to-back first rounds of failure. Maybe you could make some arguments for Dave being the problem last year or whatever. This isn't on Dave, and going with Kershaw. I don't care what people say in Game 1. It should have worked. It's not the wrong call. Yeah, it's not the wrong call. The thing is, they got sucker punched. I already said that, but
but Game 2, I mean, he was
now
perfect. He was
where
perfect.
it's at, and it's this team does stick to the game plan. It sticks to the script. Again, where we talked about praising Dave for going to Brusdar when he did, the way they did it. As Tori Lavello said, "You're a good friend,
my best friend,
Uncle Tori." They stopped us there, dead in our tracks. Going to Brusdar was the right call. Dave's doing everything he can. Yeah. You need some hitters to hit. But now
he's not the one swinging the bats.
Where it's going to come down to is Lance Lynn the right call? Lance Lynn, Game 3 starter. And then after that, they make it to Game 4. Minutes after the ending of a Kershaw bludgeoning and a Game 1 loss, he already said, Kershaw's going Game 4. Bro, come on, let's ease it. Let's ease it a little bit.
Let's just wait and see what happens until we get to Game 4.
Maybe have an opener for Kershaw in that game. Can we throw Brusdar out in the first inning? I don't want
maybe the first 10 innings.
Kersh facing Christian Walker.
I mean, can we just have Brusdar pitch the entire series?
I know. This was something that you really wanted to dive in a little bit, and we are got to rush it slightly on the. We started late.
We started late. We're having fun.
Right decision to go with Lance Lynn in Game 3.
Here's the thing. This whole last month. 2 months, whatever it's been, I've been saying Ryan Pepio should be the Game 3 starter.
He's got Pepio and Estepio.
He has Pepio and Estepio. He's been absolutely dominant since returning, and I love what he does. At the same time, I know Dave Roberts. This year I've learned a lot about what he does, and he said all year, I trust the experience. I trust the guy who's done it before. Lance Lynn has a lot of posting experience. He has a lot.
Great.
Now that's the thing. A lot of it's not great. He has over a 5 career ERA in the postseason, but he's been there before, and he's not going to have a long leash. I mean, if Bobby Miller's getting taken out in the 2nd inning, Lance Lynn's going to have the shortest leash possible. I expect him to go max 3 if he's pitching well. If he's given up some runs, he might only go 2. Then it'll be Pepio, and then it's going to be the same thing we saw in Game 2. It's going to be Brusdar. It's going to be Brazier. I mean, he's going to throw his best arms out there. Now, there is no day off before Game 4.
No days off.
This time, he can't be as but then
liberal
again,
with it.
But he has to manage every game must win. So
because it's
literally win or go home. So I expect Lance Lynn to not go deep in the game, but if he can give them, I mean, here's the thing. All you need is shutout innings. If he can give him 1 shutout inning, great. If he can give him 2, incredible. If he can give him 3, that is best case scenario. But all he has to do is just limit.
If he's cruising, you leave him. Don't.
The thing is, I don't think he will.
Predetermined script.
I don't think there's any way.
I think it's
he
one of the
leaves
things Doug and I talked about on the last one of these was like I forget. Oh yeah, you don't know if somebody coming out of the bullpen, you don't know if they're going to have it that day.
Yeah, well, that's what we saw last year.
Yeah, you keep going.
Last
to
year
guys.
when it was Vesia, Almonte.
This is such a lower class.
I mean, but it is. But they were still. I mean, Almonte had a great year last year. So yeah, I mean, you're if you're.
You also missed most of the time.
Andrew Friedman even said it. He said, with the bullpen game strategies, the volatility of relievers, you're taking a risk because if one person doesn't have it yesterday, the Dodgers lose by 6 runs. I mean, it's as simple as that. If one person doesn't have it, everyone was perfect, but that's what really quickly, 2 super chats. Just want to hit them.
Oh!
We got Teresa Gates, $2, said thanks for the therapy.
Let's go.
Win.
So Teresa Gates, $2. Thanks for the therapy. Teresa, you are welcome. Hopefully you all enjoyed a little bit of this therapy session. And then Bob Nightingale, $4.99. Boob, it was great to see you at Dodger Stadium yesterday. Bob said, Noel Lavello. I can give you my name, Noah. Is that you? My name's Noah. That's okay, though.
They all look the same.
And he said, JK, let's hope Lynn can eat super clean tomorrow. I'm talking 4 or 5 innings, 1-run ball. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think he's going to stay in for 4 or 5 innings. But if he's dealing, you hope that Doc trusts his gut a little bit. But either way, tomorrow's game is on the offense. I mean, to me, I don't even care what Lance Lynn does because tomorrow's game is on the offense. I mean, if they show up, the Dodgers are going to win that game. If the bats go cold again and get 2 runs, they're not winning. I mean, there's no way the Diamondbacks don't score more than 2 runs.
Yeah. To note, we do have an editorial on our DodgersNation.com about Lance Lynn and his entire kind of postseason career and leading him up to this point.
Highly recommend reading
check that out.
There's a lot of good stuff.
DodgersNation.com, of course. Check out InsideTheDodgers.com. We got you covered in every way, shape, or form.
All
all
the Dodgers stuff.
All postseason and hopefully not soon to come off season.
We very much hope that it doesn't end on Wednesday, October 11th. Because I don't think anyone saw that one coming.
So take this with a grain of salt because all of my gut instincts and like intuition have been incredibly wrong this postseason, like almost painfully wrong. Outside of the Muncie third base.
Hey, nailed that one. Nailed the bunt.
But that, I mean, come on, that's like
that was a lock.
That's an easy. Anyways, I actually feel good about Lynn. I think he can shove. I think what my heart is telling me, and we're seeing it a lot online in recent days. Lynn is going to have his Jose Lima game. Now, I just hope it's not one of those situations where, that's the one game you win and then you're done. But I think this man is going to shove. And the thing I like about him is he's got the panache. He's got he wants that. He's hungry. Literally, look at him. He's got the hunger. Dude wants to go out there. He wants to strike you out. He wants to drop some F-bombs and grab his nuts on live TV. So Bob Costas can talk about that happening on the field at Chase Field. But I feel good about him. Now, again, grain of salt because my intuition so far since game 1, way off, way wrong.
Hasn't been there.
Having a bad postseason here.
You can't. You and the Dodgers both. I mean,
the Dodgers.
But
I
also,
feel good
really
about
quickly,
Lynn.
the word I want to say was track record. Dave Roberts trusts the. I slipped my mind for a sec, but Dave Roberts has always said he trusts the track record. And I mean, Lynn hasn't been great in the postseason, but he's done it before. And you saw Bobby Miller's postseason debut. Did not work out. So you hope that Lance Lynn can just be a veteran presence. But again, I want to make it so clear: the Dodgers need to score in the first inning. They need to get out to the early lead because if they don't, it's over.
And they need to score more points than the other team.
Wait, why?
To do the win.
May I ask why?
Let's get into some of the comments here again.
A lot of good stuff.
Steve May on Facebook says we can't hit. Mookie needs to lay down a bunt to lead off the game. Honestly, a bunt just to change it up.
Just to try something new. I mean,
but
here's the thing. If he doesn't bunt, fly out to right is a lock. It's a literal lock.
That's fair, but a bunt, it feels like you're almost waving the white flag right away.
I mean, because the thing is, Mookie Betts had 12, 13 leadoff home runs this year, whatever it was. It's like, he needs one of those. If Mookie Betts has one of those swings, I don't even want to. I mean,
I don't want a home. I want a double.
I want a double. But I'm just saying, if he does something like that,
we've only seen one of these.
I know it was when they were down 9-0, and then people were really mad about that. I personally wasn't mad about that because the Dodgers shouldn't change what they just because they're losing, they shouldn't change what they do, which is a whole other conversation. I don't want to go.
D-Mac Jr. says, "We want the dub. You got to mitigate the slug, score more runs than the opponent. Got a Pepio."
We got a super chat here from Luke Byard, $1.
Thank you, Luke. First time super chatter. Very much appreciate
Thank you, Luke. Luke, I'm gonna be looking out for your comment if you're gonna say something, but either way, appreciate it. A lot of comments here. BC,
lot of whatever the opposite of love is. From Mookie in the chat.
BC said Mookie and Freddie making $60 million a year to hit .077. Yeah, you can't do it. A V said after game 1, nothing can hurt me. I feel. But the second they go down 6-0 in the first, and you're watching Kershaw, do another sad picture meme. That's as bad as it gets.
You can make a coffee table book
of all
of those Kershaw
the depressing
photos.
Kershaw's. We got. That one's mean. I'm not going to say that one. We got Carl said Dodgers must get a lead and hope Lynn doesn't give it back. Yeah, again, I think playing with a lead will just give them a lot more confidence. Like I said earlier, 72-29 when they score first this year. Just need to get out to that lead. Boomer Assassin said, I do not feel good about Lance Lynn. So he's not feeling good about it. Yeah, the home run problem is there.
How's your track record?
Hey, Boomer, tell us everything that you've done this year, right? We got... Team Ruiz, a little Dave Roberts hate. Dave Roberts has been handed the best team in all of baseball and is clueless on how to manage them. Team Ruiz, first of all, not the best team in baseball. Not even close this year. But second of all...
Tony Stark built it in a cave.
Second of all, was Dave Roberts the one who struck out with runners in scoring position?
No, actually...
Oh, wait, did he steal
breaking?
Wait a minute.
So one time, way back when Gather Around Children, he actually stole a base.
I have to look this way.
Yeah. Very peculiar. He stole a base off of Matthew Stafford's friend. No, that's not how it goes. But
not exactly that. We got another super chat here from Yuri
Let's go!
Rodriguez. 199. Also, no comment. Okay, I finally see Luke's comment. Luke said, I feel good about these next game. Boys in blue are going to pull off some history. We are going to be flying higher than belly. Love that comment from Luke. It's nice to have some confidence in the team. We haven't seen a lot of that.
Let's you ready to talk confidence?
I was going to say, let's be positive.
Needing a miracle, because here's some keys, and we don't even necessarily have keys to a comeback. The keys are score more points than the bad guys. That's about it. But this is a team that again, this need a miracle. If you have any sort of lucky things you wear, if you have your lucky undies or your lucky hat that gets you through a stretch of a lot of wins during a regular season, you wear that. You wear whatever you have. The team needs you. They also need you to not show up to Chase Field because they should not be playing in front of Dodger fans right now. It's making them be real scared.
Yeah,
what are the keys? How does this team come back? Is it really just that first inning score a run and keep them off the board?
My first thing is just you need to play with the lead. I want to see this team playing loose with a lead. Number 2, obviously, it's Mookie and Freddie. You need Mookie and Freddie to get on base. They can't go 1 for 13. They need to set the tone. And then for me, it's just going to be kind of the 5-6 spot in the lineup. But yeah, JD Martinez has been the guy. He needs to keep driving in runs. But you need someone, whether it's David Peralta, Jason Hayward, or James Outman. One of them needs to wake up.
Somebody needs to do something.
James Outman had a great rookie year. He looks like he reverted to that couple month stretch when he forgot how to swing a bat. It's so sad.
That misplay beat him up.
The misplay, yeah, I agree. It totally beat him up. So he needs Jason Hayward, the guy who's mentored him all year long, to go over and talk to him and say, James, it happened. Put the arm around him. People have to put arms on people sometimes. So he needs to go talk to him and say, James, it happens. You made a mistake. And that's okay. You need to now do something to help this team because it is, in my opinion, kind of easy to point to James Outman as the reason they lost both games 1 and 2. That's harsh. No, it's super harsh. But I think if he makes that first catch, the whole game's different.
Oh, yeah.
The entire game is different. And in game 2, again, I think he had the most important at-bat of the game. Bases loaded, bottom of the 6th inning, 1 out. If James Outman comes through there, it's a completely different game. Because then, even if Colton Wong doesn't come through, at least Mookie Betts is coming up. And yeah, Mookie Betts is sucking. But still, bases loaded, 2 outs. Mookie Betts is Mookie Betts. So, obviously, it's not on James Outman. But I'm just saying he played a key role in both game 1 and game 2 losses. And that's so hard for a rookie to to have on them, which is why the veterans need to go up to him and say, James, it's okay. You need to have a good game today because we need your bat in the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it being hard for the veterans to say anything right now
when they're doing the same nothing.
The Dodgers have a total, 10 hits in this series?
I don't even. It's
10 hits, 6 runs, 6 runs.
4 runs, 2 and 2. Is
that right?
Yeah, 2 plus 2 is 4.
Oh, that's right. They lost in that one with the 4-run game. Anyways, I don't know. I'm being wishful thinking.
We got not one. We got 2 super chats. Dude.
Let's go. This guy
First
gets
one
it.
is from 9-inch Pincher. $4.99 says, do you think a Ohtani bat next year can change the Dodgers' offensive woes these past 2 postseason series? P.S. If we win the series, I'll change my name. God, I don't have to say 9-inch Pincher anymore. Now I have to hope that they win. Well, we've never seen Ohtani in the playoffs.
We have not.
So
we've seen him in the WBC though.
But he pitched. He wasn't. I mean, I don't even remember if he hit well. I just remember that he pitched well.
Either of those would help this team now.
But he can't pitch next year. So an Ohtani bat, he was one of the best hitters in baseball this year. You assume he would come up.
Let me check the math works out.
But again, we've never seen him in the playoffs, so it's hard to answer that question for sure. But yeah, you would assume that one of the best hitters in baseball would translate to the postseason. Then again, the Dodgers aren't doing that.
I'm so not ready to start talking about next season.
I know. Another super chat here. We got a lot coming in, actually. Wait, I just lost. Okay. Michael Carrillo, $5. When the season is over, how are they going to address how the team has regressed from 2020? We've officially become the Cowboys of baseball. I mean, how are they going to address how they've progressed since 2020? I don't know. I mean, they're going to sit in a room and say, why do the bats go silent every year in the postseason? I mean, why does this team forget how to hit in the biggest moments? Honestly, again, if they lose this year, they need some serious, introspective. This one is beyond disappointing to lose in the NLDS to an 84-win Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I mean, I think we said before the postseason, it's like if you do get swept, that's probably the one thing that can sort of bring Dave Roberts' job security into question. But it's not going to happen.
It's not his fault. He's literally made the postseason all 8 years. I mean, this team overperformed this year. Here's the thing: no, we weren't even expecting a World Series, but losing the NLDS to an 84-win Diamondbacks is just beyond disappointing.
Did you get Jose?
I'm about to get Joseph Uribe, $2 super chat, his first one. Thank you very much, Joseph. So he had some, suggestions for a potential turnaround. He said bench Outman, start Kike, and then move Will Smith out of the 3rd spot. Do you agree with any of those?
I would have agreed with the Smith, but in the regular season. Now you can't change things for the sake of changing things because, again, this is a team that scored 900 runs, 100 games, all that kind of stuff. That means something.
Yeah. One more super chat here from Jose Rod 05. $1.99. Thank you very much, Jose. Said kind of tired of losing a wild card 80-win teams. Yeah, that's that's back-to-back years. In 2019, they did it too. I mean, it's kind of getting a little frustrating for Dodger fans. A little
frustrating.
I mean, Dodger fans have every right to be frustrated.
I love it. My boy Jim Hill, friend.
I know you're here.
He asked every
are you
Dodger,
angry or frustrated?
Are you angry? Yeah, frustrated or angry? They're frustrated. Not too far off.
I honestly, I think this team's a little just shocked. There's how did this
stems from the Outman thing for sure.
Yeah.
Cooper Neal, good friend. He says we came back before against the Braves. We can do it against the Diamondbacks. I just really hope that magical text thread is still open somewhere. Call up everybody. They need to call Jock. They need to call JT. Just throw in some of that 2020 magic. But the important thing, what happened there? How did they do it? They never played a game at Dodger Stadium. This team cannot win in the postseason at Dodger Stadium.
They're allergic to it. They don't like it.
Yeah, man, I didn't even know. Does this smell something?
I don't smell anything.
This is a team. If we're talking about the keys to a comeback, it's like we said. You got to score first. Ideally, if they can go back-to-back doubles and they need to put some runs on the board early, and if Lynn can go out there and put up just one, give us a shutout first inning.
Imagine.
For the love of God, give us one first inning shutout. Like that's all you need. I'm not even asking for momentum right now. I just want mentum before we get too far ahead of ourselves.
The Dodgers are yet to have mentum in the series.
They are the opposite. They are in the red on mentum right now. So let's get back to even. Let's add a little mentum and let's get some momentum. Yeah. And miracles happen.
No, here's the thing. If you said before the year, if the Dodgers had to win 3 games against the Diamondbacks to make the NLCS, would you be confident? 1,000% yes. The Dodgers can beat the Diamondbacks 3 times in a row. They won the last 5 regular season meetings against the Diamondbacks this year. They know how to beat this team. And really, in my opinion, all it takes is 1 game. I mean, if, like you saw with the Padres last year. The Padres won the games 2, 3, and 4 of the series because they saw one, they got one, and they're like, all right, we have the confidence now. The Dodgers just need to have one. Like, it doesn't have to be as big as the 11-run first inning. It doesn't have to be crazy like that.
I'll take that.
But I'll take it. But just like a multi-run inning, like a multi-run home run, a 2-run single, just anything where it's like not just 1 run at a time. Yeah. And like when they're down by
pick up 4 or 5 hits in the
just
inning.
Have one.
Get some base runners.
Have 1 inning like they had in the regular season when they just put like 4 spot together, just a couple of base runners, a couple of walks, make Brandon Pafat work. I don't even want to say his name. Fought where I mean, like that's as simple as that. Just 1 inning that just like the batters can say, "Oh, okay, this is where that regular season team is."
Yeah,
this is what it's like. See some of these, maybe.
I still say, that's what I want. Give us the dance. Give us a little bit of this. They need a few of those because 10 total times they've been on base.
I want to see Freddie do one of those with hit. Clayton McCullough at first base.
Also, my guy DK Mega Boss in here. I don't know who it is, but I'm gonna say they're my guy. Going off with the comments here. It says Dodgers got no momentum.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Hey,
that's a ding, and then we got Dodgers got low momentum.
Oh,
that's good.
Morgan,
also, now I'm sad because we're down 2-0. Backs against the wall. Walls closing in, all these other things. It's a bad spot, man. It's a bad spot. That's not where you want to be, even in the slightest amount of maybe. That's all I got to say about that one. Before we
to be honest, like if I were the Dodgers, I would not want to be in this position. Hot take.
Is that a hot take?
I mean, that's
somebody cut that right now. Get that on
Dodgers,
TikTok.
I would prefer to be up 2-0, but that's personal. I mean, that's just me, though. That's just me.
So. The Dodgers' hopes, and you can go back to center cam. We're gonna get the hell out of here. The Dodgers' hopes rest on a guy that, if you seriously, and I tweeted this, if you think back to February, imagining now, like to have thought then that Lance Lynn and his near 6 ERA would be the difference between playing more baseball and the season being Jover. You'd have thought you're crazy, but that's just the reality. It's like, and again, it's not even that Lynn matters or any of the pitchers matter. The bats are flaccid, and they need to take. They need to do the Matt Gates thing where you crush some D pills and you chug them with a damn energy drink, and they just need to go all night long in Phoenix. Give it to these Diamondbacks. Have some fun. And my plead to you, Los Angeles Dodgers, don't wait to take that tequila shot after a series win. Do it. Loosen up before the game. Be a professional. When I say professional, like be a professional slow pitch softball player. Get drunk before the game. Not drunk. Just loosen up. Have a little bit of fun.
One shot won't hurt him.
One shot, one opportunity.
Really quickly, Luke Byard, again, $5. Thank you very much, Luke, for tuning in, hanging out, supporting the channel. Luke said, got my flight booked for Game 3 and Game 4. The Dodgers' bats are going to be harder than the AZ weather. Now, I know that doesn't make Clint happy, but one Dodger fan's okay. Luke, I trust you to bring the good mojo. Download the app. I trust you to bring the good vibes, and hopefully you used Game Time code DN2023 to get those tickets, and if you haven't already gotten them, use that code. But yeah, hopefully, I agree with you. Dodgers' bats are obviously what needs to happen. The Dodgers aren't going to win a 4-2 game. I mean, the pitching is not going to do that with the way it is. So you need at least 5-6 runs. You need at least 5-6 runs.
Yeah, hide a little smile there.
Yeah, I will say this. I hope this isn't the last show of the Dodgers being alive in the postseason. I really hope that's not the case.
Yeah.
We're gonna
find out. We're here all off season long. Every minute, every second of your life, we here. So find us on the internet at DodgersNation.com. Subscribe here on YouTube. Doug was going live every day during the weeks right now. I think it's just
Monday through Friday.
So he will be live tomorrow morning, getting you ready, getting you set up for Game 3 of the National League Division Series and talking all about Lance Lynn. So there's your time to put in more therapy, and hopefully, Doug finds his way to bring that positivity, but I'm sure he's feeling pretty down right now, and hopefully he goes home, gets a good nap because my boy needs it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up on this video if you like anything we do on this channel. Comment on every video that's ever happened in the history of time so the YouTube algorithms like us, and that helps us out a whole lot. And hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. I'm Real FRG on the Twitter and the Instagram. That is at Noah Cameras on the Twitter and the Twitter X, whatever they call it. We're Dodgers Nation, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, your mom's Rolodex. I got to throw one of those in there every once in a while. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the questions. Thank you so damn much for the super chats. It really does mean a lot to us. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we'll see you hopefully next week with a season still going. Bye.